Welcome to the series of videos on pipe network productivity tools for AutoCAD Civil 3D.
In this video, we'll discuss the Create Profile of Pipes command.
The idea behind this command is to give users the ability to label their pipe elevations at intervals in their profile view. And to do that within Civil 3D, one would have to draw a profile along their pipe invert, centerline, or crown, whichever it is that they desire to label the elevations of the pipe, create that profile, either assign the band set at the bottom to reference that profile, or apply some unique label style to the profile that will generate those labels. So here in this video, I'm going to show how to utilize the command, and then how to utilize the command in such a way that with one of those label methods for labeling the pipe elevations, let's say every 25 feet. So if you come up to the labeling panel here, you'll see a new command called Create Profile of Pipes. We'll select that, and then its first thing it's going to do is ask you for the profile view. So I'll select the profile view, and then it's going to give me the ability to select multiple, so I could individually pick pipes as I want from here, or I could select a path. And lastly, you have settings. So settings gives you the ability to choose invert, crown, or centerline for however you want to label. So let's go ahead and label crown for this example. We'll hit OK. And then we'll run with path. So I'm going to select my starting structure, or a pipe if you wish, and I'm going to select my end structure. And you can see the run is highlighted. It's going to ask you if you want to filter. We're going to click no. And then the first dialog box you get here is the profile name. So it's giving you the profile crown, is that's what we had selected. And then it's automatically pulling in the structure name, or it would do pipe name if you chose that, to the other structure or pipe. And then you can come in here and change this however you want, type in whatever you want the name to be. You can specify the profile layer, you can specify the profile style, and then the label set of what gets placed onto that profile. Let's go ahead and hit OK. Now here, with doing this and labeling, I did put a check in here to verify if the pipe run is offset from the alignment first off, and if it is offset, is the offset distance for all the structures and pipes in that selection, are they the same? And in this case, the answer is no. But the idea here is that you would create an alignment along a pipe run with the Civil 3D Alignment by Pipe Network tool to create that run directly on the pipes, create your profile view, and then that would be true to the pipes for your profile and your alignment. And so you wouldn't see this dialog box because everything would be 0. But this is just a check, just to alert you to say, hey, this is not, you may have some weird results if this is not exactly the same offsets. So I'm going to go ahead and continue, and then it creates that profile for us, snapping to the pipe elevation and invert for the crown at the correct station locations. So it's just a layout profile that's being generated here of that pipe run for us. Now, if you want to label this from the band, we just come over to our band and we can go to Profile View Properties. And then in our band style, we can specify that we want to reference, let's say instead of the EG surface, we want the pipe crown profile now. You can select that, hit OK, and now you can see that you only have elevations showing up where that profile exists, and now these elevations are the crown of the pipe elevation showing up down here. So you could generate your own band set style that will label your pipe elevations based off of this profile. And here we have every 25 feet happening automatically. So very helpful feature to just be able to quickly generate a profile that you can reference in. Now, what if we want to label this on the profile here and kind of put some labels up in the view of the inverts of the pipes. We could do that with there might be a few different methods, but the method I came up with would be to edit labels on a profile just to get it started. And I'm going to clear this out. And I'm going to create a major station label that will say create new. Drag this dialog over. And I'm going to call this pipe elevation. And then instead of station, we'll just say elevation here for the first component. I'm only going to add one component, but obviously you could add more, whatever you desire for a Civil 3D label here. And then what I'm going to do is come down to, I want profile elevation instead of the station value. Set my precision, let's go 2 decimal places, and then we'll cast that over. And let's say we want the invert elevation, hit OK here, and we'll keep them perpendicular to the alignment like this. Say OK, and then let's go ahead and add this. So now I've got this label style added to this profile. But let's go ahead and save this label set. And one more thing, here is the increment. So right now it's going to do every 100 feet. If I specify this to say every 25 feet, now we'll get these labels happening every 25 feet along that alignment. And we'll say save as label set, and we'll call this pipe profile labels 25 foot. Select OK, and OK again. And here you can see we have these labels showing up every 25 foot for us with that elevation. So let's do a couple more things here. Let's delete this profile, and I just want to demonstrate that some of you are out there setting your pipes to go to the inside walls of the structure. And so I want to show that this command also functions properly with that feature. So let's go into our rules. We'll go to our pipe rules. I'm going to edit the standard set, and I'm just going to clear out the pipe rules there. I'm going to add a new rule, and we'll go to set pipe end location. Select OK. And then here, instead of saying structure center, I'm going to say structure inner wall. And now that rule is already applied to these pipes. So next, I want to run that command. So we'll create a profile of pipes. We'll select the profile view. And I'm going to go to settings. Let's do the invert this time. Select OK, and we'll run the path. I'm going to select my starting pipe and my end pipe. And we'll say no here. And then here's the label or the name of the pipe of the profile, the layer. And again, your style, you probably won't want something that is not plottable. So you'd have a style, a profile style that goes to a non-plot layer, or maybe this goes to a non-plot layer. I'm going to leave it as finished ground. And then my label set, I'm going to choose my pipe profile labels 25 foot. Select OK. And yes, let's go ahead and continue that. And now I get elevations every 25 feet. And if you look at the PVI points on the profile, they're right on the pipes. And you can see now I've got actually 2 PVIs happening because it's picking up the end of the pipe at the inner wall here and the inner wall here. You could also create a geometry label that would label each of these if you needed to. So again, Civil 3D, if you don't want a label happening here or say here and you just want in between the run, one would have to just come in and hold down the control key and select which labels they don't want as they pick, and then just hit the delete key, and now only the labels in between will show up. So that's kind of the process. It does speed up, the workflow a bit for generating this, and that was the purpose of this command. So hopefully this is helpful to everybody. Thanks for watching. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and be sure to check out our other apps on the Autodesk Exchange Store.